You build the life they told you that you want, the career, the relationship, the responsibilities. You show up every single day without complaint. You did the work, you made the sacrifices, you kept going when it was hard. And now you're standing in the middle of all of it wondering, why doesn't this feel like enough? That question isn't ingratitude. It's not weakness. It's not you even being difficult. It is information. And today we are going to talk about what to do with it. Here is what I see more than anything else right now. Women are accomplished. They're self-aware, emotionally intelligent. They've built careers, raised families, maintained households, shown up for every single person who needed them. From the outside, the life looks solid. Sometimes it looks genuinely enviable. And yet there is this persistent, quiet hum. It's not depression. This is not burnout in the clinical sense. It's something more specific than either of those things. It's the feeling that you've been living a life that was designed for you from your younger self, by your family, your culture, and somewhere along the way you forgot to check to see if it still fits. Now, you are not ungrateful by any means. You know that. You remind yourself of that constantly, but knowing you should feel satisfied and actually feeling it are two completely different experiences. And the longer you try to logic your way out of that gap, the louder it gets. So I want to ask you something before we go further. When was the last time you actually checked with yourself? Not your to-do list, not your relationships, just you. Drop your honest comment in the comment section. I am genuinely asking, if that is where you are not alone. And you're not even broken. You're just overdue for a redesign. I have been inside this exact experience, not theoretically. I lived a version of that life that looked completely functional from every external metric and felt profoundly off inside. And I spent a long time thinking that it was a personal failing, that I just needed to be more grateful, more present, more disciplined about my mindset, more journal writing. What I eventually understood and what I have since watched unfold with the women I work with is that this is not a mindset problem. This is a design problem. High achieving, emotionally intelligent women are incredibly skilled at building lives that work for everyone around them. What we are rarely taught is how to build a life that is actually ours. So let's talk about the cost. Let me tell you what the looks good on paper life actually costs you. When your life is built on external markers of success, the title, the stability, the schedule that accommodates everyone else, you spend an enormous amount of time, amount of energy maintaining it, performing it, like just justifying it, because somewhere in your body, there is a part of you that knows it is not the full picture. And that part does not go away quietly. It goes underground. It shows up as restlessness, as an inability to be fully present when things are, objectively fine. It's a habit of staying busy because stillness feels threatening, as the compulsion to keep helping everyone else because your own needs feel too vague, too big, or too selfish to name out loud. This is not a character flaw. This is what happens when a smart, capable woman builds an entire life around a blueprint that wasn't actually hers. Does any of this sound familiar? Tell me in the comments, which one lands for you. Is it the restlessness, the busyness, or the feeling that your needs are too much? I want to know. I want to know exactly where you are. Okay, Now, here's where I want to push back on something. Most women I speak to believe they need more self knowledge before they can move, more therapy, more journaling, more inner work. The idea is that they can understand themselves deeply enough, the clarity will eventually arrive, and then they will know what to do. But here's what I have found to be consistently true. Clarity is not a feeling that comes before action. Clarity is what emerges through intentional movement. You don't think your way into a new life. You design your way there. And designing your way there means getting honest, not just reflective, but honest about three things: what you actually want, not what sounds reasonable given your circumstances, not what makes sense for your season of life, what you actually want. What are you willing to let go of to create space for it? Because a redesign without release is just addition, and you're already full. And what version of yourself needs to show up to lead what comes next? Because the woman who built this life may not be the same woman who leads the next one. These are not small questions by any imagination, but they are the right ones to get started. I want to be transparent with you for a second. I am building something around exactly this work. I'm calling it Freefeather Framework. It's a 90-day process for women who are ready to stop maintaining a life that no longer fits and start designing the one that does. I don't have a launch date. I don't have a full program page. What I do have is a very clear picture of who it's for. And I genuinely want to know if that's you. So here's what I'm asking. Drop a comment and tell me, are you in a redesign moment right now? Are you at a point where your life looks fine, but something in you already is ready for something different? Even just a yes helps me understand who's watching and what you actually need. I'm building this for real women, not for an idea of them. So talk to me. Okay. Comment below. Okay. So here's three things that changes everything. So what does intentional life design actually look like in practice? Let me give you three concrete moves. The first move is an honest audit, not a gratitude list, not a vision exercise, and honest look at where your life is genuinely misaligned right now. Where are you showing up out of pure obligation? Where are you producing a version of yourself that is not fully true? Write those things down. Do not fix them yet. Just see them clearly. The second move is a desire inventory. This one is harder than it sounds. Yes, especially for women who spend years prioritizing everyone around them. Ask yourself, if nothing external had to change, not your relationships, not your responsibilities, but you could feel completely different on the inside, what would what would that feel like? Describe it. Like, not a concept, as a lived daily experience. The third move is identifying one decision you already been avoiding. Not the biggest one, not the most dramatic one, the one you already know the answer to, but you just haven't acted on it because you're waiting to feel you're waiting to feel certain enough, to be honest, ready enough, settled enough, right? Here's what I need you to hear. That feeling of readiness is not coming first. It comes after. Every single time. You're not waiting for clarity. You are avoiding the discomfort of choosing. So which of those three moves feels most uncomfortable right now? The audit, the desire inventory, or the decision you have been avoiding? Drop it in the comments, because naming it out loud is already part of the work. Here's what I want to leave you with. You did not build the wrong life because you made bad choices. You built a life that made sense given who you were, what you knew, and what was asked of you at the time. But you are not the same person anymore. And the question is not whether you deserve something different. The question is whether you are willing to design it intentionally on your terms. And I'm here for it with you. If this video opened up something, share it with a woman you think needed to hear this very topic. And if you're not subscribed yet, do that now, because this is the conversation we're going to keep having here. If this landed for you, watch the next video. And if you left a comment, I will be there. I actually read my comments. I read them. So thank you for commenting. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Until then.